ConceptVideoSports.com presents Northwest Indiana High School girls basketball. This evening from Hanover Central High School in Cedar Lake, Indiana, it's the consolation game of the Hanover Central Wildcats Winter Classic. Tonight, the Lady Griffith Panthers take on the Lady Wheeler Bearcats. And this game is being made possible by the fine people at Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso and Griffith, the Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters and Millwrights, Dr. Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point, and supporting the 2012 Hanover Central Winter Classic, Easy Life Storage in Crown Point. Store and protect your belongings in climate-controlled storage. Give them a call at 663-7870 or on the web at easylifestorage.com. Tom Golombek's Panthers came into the tournament with a 7-3 record and had defeated the Wheeler Bearcats earlier in the year by 9. They won their first tourney game against Beecher, Illinois, but was surprised by the Knox Lady Redskins, who won only for the third time this year, 47-45. Dustin Nelson's Wheeler Lady Bearcats are young, but improving daily, starting off the year with 4 straight losses, then winning their next 4 out of 5. In the tournament opener, the Bearcats knocked off Bowman Academy, then lost to host Hanover Central, and are here this evening vying for third place. Next, Northwest Indiana Girls High School basketball. But first, a quick word from tonight's coaches.
Tom, last game you dug yourself into a hole early, and what are you going to do today to try and avoid something like that happening in this game against the Wheeler Bearcats?
Well, we're hopefully going to come out with a little more intensity, a little more focus, and maybe some more composure. We have a veteran team, so that shouldn't be a problem for us.
Taylor Austin led your team with 14 points. Last game, do you expect a big game from her?
Yeah, Taylor Austin is really more of our defensive stopper, but she can also score. Her and Sammy Adams and Emma Blackard, we look to score for us. They're a good team. They have a couple of really good players that are going to give us trouble. The Finch girl and their point guard are going to cause some matchup problems for us, but we're going to do our best.
Okay, that's head coach Tom Golombek of the Griffith Lady Panthers before tonight's semifinal game with the Wheeler Lady Bearcats. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much.
I think that the holiday tournaments are wonderful because they do prepare you for your conference tournament, and then in turn the sectional tournament. So anytime you can play quality opponents, and Griffith is definitely one of those, and you're going to be in good shape. The nice thing is for us, we come in this tournament, we get 3 good quality games. I mean, we played Hanover last night, we played Thea Bowman in the morning. They're a very good team, and then of course playing a Griffith who's constantly racking up the sectional titles. It's good to see them because they've got a lot of experience. They're well coached, and we know that they're going to prepare us for what we're going to see in the future.
Like, what do you look forward to playing Griffith tonight? What do you expect from them?
The nice thing about playing Griffith is they're a lot like us, and their tempo is a little bit lower in terms of they're going to want to be in the 30s and 40s in most of their games. If we had to play a team that was scoring 70, 80 points or 70, 75 points a game, we would be in trouble tonight. The nice thing is because of their pace and style, it really comes down to every possession being a lot more valuable than it might be in an up-tempo game. So we're aware of that, and we're trying to play that style. So in essence, we're trying to learn from them as much as we're trying to beat them. So it's really exciting for me as a coach because we're able to show them certain things that they do as well as how to try to beat some of the things that they do. So we're excited about playing Griffith. Again, anytime you can play a well-coached team, a disciplined team like them, you're going to learn something about yourselves and about your opponents.
The Wheeler Lady Bearcats won the tip, but an early unforced turnover gave the Panthers the ball out from the side. And very quickly, Courtney Bell took the inbound, dribbled down the lane, and laid it in a 2-0 lead. Then on Wheeler's next possession, a jump ball call gave possession right back to Griffith, and they wasted little time when Sammy Adams took the pass. Then off a nice Taylor Austin screen, she drove to the paint and knocked down a 13-footer and a 4-0 lead. On Wheeler's next possession, a lane violation, and the Panthers are on offense again. This time, Courtney Bell on the crossover. She then drove to the top of the key and hit Sammy Adams in stride for the basket, and the Panthers are making it look easy. The Bearcats finally got on the board when at the 5:42 mark off a missed free throw attempt, Haley Livinson kept the ball alive and quickly got it to Shannon Eden, who took 2 dribbles, then dropped it in. Following ineffective trips up and down the court by each team and a scoring drought that lasted until the 1:42 mark of the first, when Nicole Finch was fouled in the paint, and she'll be on the line where she made 1 of 2. With the Wheeler Lady Bearcats in possession again and trailing by 3, Allie Stevenson grabbed the ball, then drove the right side of the lane and went all the way to the hoop for the score, and the Panthers' lead is now 1. Then with time running out in the quarter off a missed shot, Sammy Adams grabbed the rebound and was fouled on the putback, and she will head to the line for a pair where she converted on 1, making the score Griffith 7, Wheeler 5 at the end of the first stop. The Panthers have the ball to open the second, and off the inbound from underneath their own hoop, Taylor Austin found Sammy Adams, who nailed a long deuce and was fouled on the shot, and she will have a freebie from the stripe. Still leading by 5 and under a minute and a half gone in the second, Sammy Adams took the Emma Blackard pass and on a nice catch and shoot hit a long 2-pointer, and Griffith has their largest lead of the game. The Wheeler Bearcats finally scored their first points of the period, when off a missed shot attempt, Shannon Eden gave her team a second chance opportunity with the rebound and putback. Trailing by 5 and in possession again, Allie Stevenson drove to the basket and was fouled on the attempt. Allie made 1 of 2 from the line. On Griffith's next possession, Wheeler's Allie Stevenson anticipated the Panther pass, made the steal, and took it to the hole for the score, cutting the Griffith lead in half. But right back, regaining that 4-point lead was Panther Tori Trikoff with a long deuce from just inside the 3-point line. Then on this next sequence for the Bearcats, a nice defensive block and steal by Taylor Austin. But Bearcat Shannon Eden stole the ball right back and got it quickly to Nicole Finch, who took 1 dribble and again a 2-point Griffith lead. But on the Panthers' next set, the hot-handed Sammy Adams locked in on another long 2-point attempt, extending the Griffith lead. On Wheeler's next offensive set, it was Allie Stevenson again trying to make something happen by drawing the foul and another couple of free throws where she delivered on 1 of 2. With the Panthers in the bonus, Sammy Adams tacked on a couple more free throws, extending the Griffith lead to 5. Then on Wheeler's next possession off the inbound, who else but Allie Stevenson took the pass, drove, and laid it in. Next, it was Wheeler Shannon Eden clearing the boards. Then the outlet to Allie Stevenson, who drove all the way to the hoop before dishing off to Ellie Hellwedge for the basket. Following 2 more Stevenson free throw attempts for Wheeler, it was Griffith's turn to head to the line, when Jasmine Alvarez took the pass in the paint and was fouled on the shot. She converted on 1 of 2. With the score knotted at 19 and Wheeler on offense, Courtney Bell was able to get control of the loose ball. Then she took it coast to coast, laid it in left-handed, and the Panthers have regained the lead. Then on this next sequence, with the Wheeler Bearcats in possession and trailing by a couple, Shannon Eden gave her team a second then a third chance opportunity with a pair of rebounds, then eventually the basket, and again we're tied. Right back for Griffith. Getting fouled in the paint was Taylor Austin, and she will head for the stripe. Finally, off the inbound, a shot attempt that was no good, and the half came to an end. With the score, Griffith 23, Wheeler 21. This game is being made possible by the fine people at Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso and Griffith, the Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters in Millwrights, Dr. Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point. And for climate-controlled storage, it's Easy Life Storage in Crown Point. Prices starting at just $49. The Wheeler Bearcats had the ball first to open second half play, and almost immediately they got the ball down low to Nicole Finch on the post-up, and she got the roll, tying the score at 23. Almost 3 minutes went by without a score in this third quarter, but that was until Nicole Finch received the ball off the inbound for Wheeler and gently knocked it in off the glass. Then on the Panthers' next possession with the ball out from the side, Sammy Adams locked in on her target, Emma Blackard, on a nice play as she set a screen initially, then rolled to the basket and was all alone as she took the pass, then laid it in, just like it's drawn up. In a quarter filled with turnovers and fouls, the next points weren't scored until the 2:15 mark, when off the inbound from under their own goal, Bearcat Shannon Eden tossed it into Nicole Scapelja for the basket and won. This low-scoring quarter came to an end, with the Wheeler Bearcats leading by one possession. With fouls highlighting the second half, the first score came at the 6:38 mark when Sammy Adams dropped in a couple free throws after being fouled in the paint. Following a defensive rebound and on the break, Courtney Bell found Emma Blackard running the court, and she laid it in and the Panthers are back in front. With Wheeler in possession, a forced turnover and another Griffith fast break opportunity. Like deja vu, with the same combination and the same results, Emma Blackard with the lay-in and Courtney Bell with the assist. A quick foul on Wheeler's next possession will put Allie Stevenson to the line, trailing by 3 points. Trailing by a point, Wheeler's Nicole Scapelja gave the Bearcats another opportunity by grabbing the offensive rebound and getting it outside to Allie Stevenson, who was fouled on the drive to the basket. Allie tied the score, converting on 1 of 2 from the stripe. With the game tied and under a minute left in this one, a big offensive rebound by Nicole Scapelja, who got it out to Allie Stevenson, and the Bearcats have the lead. With 35.6 seconds left in the game, a traveling violation on Griffith gave the ball right back to the Bearcats. Then with 26 seconds left, Panther defensive specialist Taylor Austin anticipated the pass, made the steal, and this game is tied. Following a pair of timeouts and a Wheeler foul, the Panthers will have the ball with 2.7 seconds remaining in regulation play. After 32 minutes of basketball, we're tied at 33. With the overtime period being 4 minutes, the Wheeler Bearcats had possession, But right there defensively was Griffith's Emma Blackard, making the steal and taking it to the hole, and the Panthers lead by a pair. Then with 1:29 left in the overtime period, Nicole Finch was fouled on the shot, and she'll have 2 pressure-packed attempts from the stripe to try to tie up this ball game. The Griffith Panthers regained the lead when Courtney Bell, doing it herself, drove the left side, then laid it in. Wheeler wasn't to be denied when on their next set, with under a minute remaining, Ellie Stevenson was fouled, and she'll have a couple of big free throws while trying to get the Bearcats even. With seconds remaining, the Panthers had the opportunity, but Wheeler's Nicole Finch came up big with the blocked shot, and we're heading to overtime 2. In the second overtime period, the Panthers struck first when off the inbound, Emma Blackard locked it on a tray, and Griffith leads by 3. With Wheeler being patient on their next possession, Haley Livinson on a perfect pass down low to Nicole Finch, the post-up, and 1. Nicole's free throw attempt was no good, so the Bearcats still trail by a point. Following a one and done for the Panthers, Wheeler had the chance to take the lead when Ellie Stevenson took the pass, beat her defender, then scored the goal, and the Bearcats are back on top. Leading by the slimmest of margins, the Bearcats had the ball out from the side with 15.3 seconds remaining. On the possession, an intentional foul on Ellie Stevenson, and she'll head to the stripe to try to make this a 3-point game. Finally, trailing by a tray, the Griffith Panthers had one more opportunity to tie this game. And following 2 3-point attempts, this game is over. The Wheeler Bearcats captured third place by outlasting the Griffith Panthers 43-40. Following this contest, New Concept Video sports reporter Frank Rokers had a few words with victorious coach Dustin Nelson and one of the stars of tonight's first game, Ellie Stevenson of the Wheeler Bearcats.
Okay, a real exciting game here. Double overtime goes to the Wheeler Lady Bearcats 43-40. I have Ellie Stevenson, sophomore guard, led all scorers with 21 points. I believe you had almost half your team's points. Ellie, how'd you have the stamina to hang in there and do it all?
Our coach works us really hard in practice, keeping us running through the plays, and I just had to keep drinking water and stretching and relying on my girls, not trying to do too much. And, it was a team effort. It wasn't just me. It was everyone contributing in their own way.
It seemed like nobody wanted the game. I kept going back and forth. I think the biggest lead was 5 points in the game by any team. So you guys hung in there and pulled it out. Big win for you guys to win the consolation game against a team like Griffith.
It's great. We lost them earlier in the season by just a couple points, so it's nice to come out and get redemption on that. And it shows, we don't have a great record, but you have to look at who we play. And we play teams like Griffith in the beginning of the season, so it's huge to show how much we've grown since we played them and that we're not going anywhere. We're the team to beat in sectionals, so we're ready.
All right, congratulations. Nice win.
Thank you very much.
This is the style of ball that both of us play. Manage the defense, work hard, and make no easy buckets. Work your offense like crazy and see if you can get a good look. Griffith is a well-coached team. They had us on our heels a bunch of times. I thought we stepped up and drew the fouls at the right time and got ourselves to the free throw line and hit the free throws when they counted. We were shorthanded tonight. Only had 6 players. My assistant coach, Brenda Drook, did a great job of managing our substitutions to keep our girls as fresh as we could. It was just an exciting game, and like I kept telling the girls, I said, I can't put you in this position in practice, and here we are in an overtime, here we are in double overtime. Let's try to find a way to win this, and our girls did, so I'm very proud of them tonight.
Yeah, I think you played the last overtime and a half with just the 5 girls, so obviously you couldn't spare to lose anybody else.
Well, I can't fit into any of our jerseys, so we were absolutely, and we had one girl with 4 fouls, And Haley, I give her all the credit in the world. Haley Levinson is usually our aggressive girl who's willing to go out there and take a chance. And she sat down, got patient, and did exactly what her teammates needed of her and stayed in the game for us.
All right, nice win, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.